in Somerset, but we wanted to kind of do a film in a garden city, and so we actually, as you'll see in the film when it comes out, we amalgamated Welland Garden City and Letchworth into one super garden city. Don't hit. And
attached to Box Hill as well, which would be quite an
yeah, so it's sort of, but it's mostly in Letchworth, as you probably would have gathered by the fact we were here for about 5 years. So I'm excited for you to see it when it's finished.
Somebody else asked the relationship to music. How does it compare on screen to off screen?
Well, me and Nick are best friends, you know, and we were before we started working together. Nick became an actor because I wrote him, myself and Jessica Hines wrote him a part in Space. He's such a funny guy. And just being, I was a stand-up comedian at the time, and he was funnier than any of the stand-up comedians I worked with. And so I was always going, why could he be an actor and not a waiter? You know, and then so we forced him into a program in Science Space, and we've never really looked back. And so, you know, our relationship first and foremost is social. It's not a friend. Nowadays, now that we're married with kids and stuff, we have to make films in order to see each other. So that's our main reason, so we can all hang out in three of us, you know, and live like this. But yeah, it's very loving. I mean, he's my best mate. I love him. You know, he's a great guy, and we try and channel a lot of that affection into the movie. And in World's End, the relationship is very different to what you might have seen before. Nick's often been the kind of, you know, the lovable sidekick kind of. You know, Ed and Shaun of the Dead, and Danny is like a puppet, whereas in this, the World's End is more serious, more sort of, you know, it's not so giving with the love. So it's an interesting evolution.
And Edgar, a bit like Hitchcock, you often do a cameo role in the TV show Spades and the film. Are we going to see you in World's End?
You know what? I'm not in World's End, which is like sort of a major oversight. I'm in Shaun of the Dead Hot Fuzz, but I don't actually physically appear in it, which maybe I have to rectify in some way.
You would probably do directing.
I typically like directing the movie. It's quite kind of an intense shoot, so I didn't like ever get in front of the camera. But
you were filmed on about 1,000 camera phones, also we were filming Letchworth.
Yeah. Maybe I'll make an audio cameo at some point. So yeah.
You know, both Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead are sort of homages to the genre films. In what way is World's End? What genres do you like to get homage to?
I'm not sure how much we can reveal at this stage. I mean, actually, in a weird way, aside from there is a genre element to it, but it is kind of about friends reuniting, and you know, the central story is about friends reuniting.
You read the rest?
Yeah. But if it's in a particular genre, I would say it's in the kind of like the all-in-one night kind of film, you know, of which there are sort of many sort of like after hours or into the night or Days of Confused. Kind of, it is in that vein, but something kind of particularly weird happens.
We didn't really want to. I think we've sort of been mistakenly taken as the guys who do the thing about films, and you know, Shaun of the Dead wanted to make a zombie film. We love zombie films. Maybe we didn't want to make fun of zombie films. If anything, we were having a big romantic comedy. You know, everything about the zombie element of Shaun of the Dead is totally serious. And in fact, Hot Fuzz was, you know, just the idea of having a film like Die Hard, or at least set in a village in England, was a funny idea to us. And we had to, in some degree, take on board the big action beats of action cinema. So in that respect, Hot Fuzz is perhaps the most parodic, if that's such a word, of all the three films. This one, we didn't really want to make a comment about the film. We wanted to make a film and have it, you know, exist in a certain genre. It's not like there were there's not many references, if any, really, in World's End. It's not like, you know, I think Nick and I killed our reference kind of with Paul, because it's just overflowing, you know, too many. So this one, it's not about, oh, that's from that film. This is all us. We've got citizens who are going, well, that from when it was our idea?
There's lots of references to Letchworth.
Yeah!
So what's the kind of takeaway with that? You know, poverty to the hero was. And some of the pub names for the film. Are there any special references? Is there any reason why you made them up, or are they pubs that you knew, or the names amusing?
No, again,
what is the music about the famous golf?
Well, what's funny is that Letchworth was the first place that we came to kind of like, you know, on a location scout. And one of the reasons that we then went around and looking at other places was because there aren't that many pubs here. It's great, but there's not actually many pubs. And I didn't really realise until I read up about it that it was actually originally a dry town. So, in which case, probably the worst place to do a pub crawl.
If you're a real lightweight.
If you're a real lightweight like me, it's the best place to do a pub crawl.
3 pints, you've got.
I would be blackout drunk at Letchworth. But what's funny is that we went around these other towns and we kept coming back to the architecture because we wanted to like the kind of 20s architecture and interesting kind of layout of the town and everything. Same as Glenn Gun City. So yeah, but the names of the pubs, and it will sort of become, we did a similar thing in Shaun of the Dead, but in this, they're almost like tarot card names, they kind of mean something about the scene. So none of them are really like pubs that we grew up in, they're just like we had ideas for the scenes, and then we went through a big book of English pub names and tried to fit names for the scenes that we read, basically. Yeah. Oh, of course, that's it. The World's End is a pub, and in fact, there's one in Camden in North London where me and Simon, when we were both living around there, sometimes we would go to the cinema in Camden and we would meet in the World's End, and I always thought it was a very odd name for a pub, so I think that stuck with me.
We're talking just before we came on about some of the natural weather challenges you had earlier, and somebody emailed in to ask what was the highest point in the World's End?
I think the highest point was probably about 17,000 feet above sea level. The lowest point was a drain in the East End. You might, if you ever saw us shooting, you might have seen a fire truck accompanying us, just to wet down the street, because we decided to shoot, or we had to shoot at a point when the floor was wet, which means for continuity's sake, the floor had to be wet the whole time. So even if it was a lovely dry night, we had that fire truck wetting down the street. Also, it looks nice, doesn't it, with a wet street. So
it's very cold in December, and it's always very telling that, like, sometimes people come out to watch the filming, but they're always gone by 9 o'clock, because nobody is that stupid all night, apart from us freezing their nuts off.
Interestingly, the lowest point, filming is always up and down. It's an incredible adventure, and there are days when it's euphoric and days when it's tragic, but one of the lowest points, I'm sure Edgar will agree, was outside this very building on a night when we had to shoot.
Yeah, when we shot outside here, there was a weather warning, there was gale force winds, and we had to shoot the scene outside here that night, even though we knew there was going to be a gale, because Martin Freeman had to go the next day to go to the premiere of The Hobbit and do it. So we had no option to shoot things. Luckily, it actually cut together completely fine, but it was actually shooting directly outside the Mermaid, as I call it, was one of the most challenging days.
All because of Bilbo Baggins.
All Bilbo.
Well, we shot, when you shoot the scene, you shoot coverage, so you shoot, everyone's talking, and you shoot them from different angles. We shoot back on myself and Rosamund Pike and Paddy and Nick Frost and Eddie Martin. It was a gale, and we turned around on Martin, and it was pissing down. And then we turned around on the street, it was completely quiet and dry. So it was like, how is this ever going to cut together?
Amazingly, it does cut together, but yeah, that was actually like, Don't think of that when you see the film. There's a bit in the cinema with our love point of view.
Oh, this is the bit.
It's just great. So it's a big party scene inside. It's surprised. You think, oh, that's not what the crowd is already fun.
Yeah, it'll be very strange when you watch the movie knowing the city, because you're constantly going, wait a minute. This won't make sense. We'll come out of one street and we'll be somewhere over in town like a teleport.
It pretty much makes... I mean, you probably saw that we turned your train station into a park.
But we have to turn it back.
I'd like to have been somebody visiting Letchworth for the first time on that day and coming out of the train station and looking at the map and cinema and going, wait, what? Where am I? The train station is here. How big is this? And probably we can take the session forward to my next one might be over there, and one might be over there. So any questions? In the front row. Wait till row might be skipped.
That always happens, doesn't it? In films, you think that doesn't happen. But it always happens like,
it happens in Hot Fuzz. It happens in Nicholas Ainge. You go to somebody with a big pool of feedback. So
when that happens tonight, massive laughter.
When there's that bit, I would like you to applaud the gentleman.
Stand up and around everyone go, it's true! Sorry. He just broke it.
Yeah, we'll repeat it.
Hello? Oh, here we are. Brilliant. Excellent. All right, yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Really appreciate it. What I want to ask is there any possibility that you could do the premiere of The World's End in Letchworth?
Be able to do the main film, but we will come back and do a screening of it.
Absolutely. We'll have a big special Letchworth Gala event and screen here. The premiere will have to be... premieres are weird because they seem like big sort of, but they're really that sort of...
Don't be annoyed, but the premiere is going to be well in London.
But we'll definitely have some kind of thing here and make it more special than whatever that Leicester Square charade.
You're not going to forget Letchworth, are you? You know, after this...
I am never going to forget that. I broke my hand here, I fell off things here, it was an amazing time, you know.
I met you in Colonnade. I don't know if you remember, I came in there and I went to shake your hand and you go, oh, I'll shake your hand. And then when I broke my hand, virus or something.
Oh no, that was right, I remember you.
Yeah.
We finished shooting in the car park behind Broadway at 5 in the morning. I went home that night, had norovirus from 6 o'clock, came back to work in the Colonnade at 5 that night, and recovered gradually through the night. But when you came in to say hello, I was hanging. It was a tough night. That was probably my lowest point. It was the two-headed dog. Did you see me in that? I was sick.
And then he broke his hand in the Arena Tavern?
Yeah.
Not during the film.
I climbed up the toilet wall because somebody wouldn't get off of me.
I'm sorry, I wasn't in the mood.
Okay, another question.
Let's see if the feedback happens again. Let's see.
Hello? Can you... Oh, great. I was wondering, if you two, both of you, were a cornetto, which flavour would you be?
But there's a whole bunch of new flavours, aren't there? What are these called? Cornetto Enigma?
I had an enigma, and I have to do that when I say enigma.
I had very mysterious enigmas, because nobody can remember what flavours they are. So I go for strawberry.
They're enigmas because when you eat them, you go, what the hell's that? No, I'd be a classic nut. Straight down the line, regular guy. Nothing enigmatic about.
Just when was the last time you ate?
Friday night.
I think during the shoot or something. I think I had one when I was doing. I had one in the park in Letchworth when I was doing location stuff. I had a mint cornetto there, and I took a picture of it, put it on Twitter, and then I ate it.
We were doing some shots, extra shots earlier the other night, and I had one, and I put a wrapper on a sleeping Rosamund Pike and took a photograph of it. Tweeted it.
Quick question from the further that way. Fantastic. Question.
Are any of you expecting to see Oz the Great and Powerful in very soon?
Hi. If you're giving advice to someone who wanted to do their first film or to get their first Mermaid, what would the one piece of advice be on that basis?
You wave, just so we see where you are.
I think piece of advice really is don't give up. It's like I got into kind of making movies through making amateur films. I didn't have any connection to the film industry at all, and no family in the industry. And I just made like amateur films on like zero budget, my friends at school and festivals and stuff. I think now with the internet and YouTube and Vimeo and things like that, you've got more chance than ever of getting seen. So I think that's the thing is sort of like just go out and I think don't wait for any handouts. Try and make stuff on your own, even if you've got absolutely no money, because it is possible. And you actually there is a forum, the internet is an amazing way of people getting their short film seen.
But Edgar, Philip Schofield, Matt Lucas, are both, in some respect, responsible for helping Edgar.
It's true. I was on Going Live at the age of 16. I won a video camera. It's true. It's not even a joke. That's true.
It's on your website?
No, not that one. Although I may put it online soon. I've got a tape of it. I might put a 16-year-old me on Going Live.
I just echo Edgar's sentiments really. I think you have to be tenacious and it's not going to come to you. You have to go to it and get your stuff out there and get it seen and I guess get people following you on YouTube and what have you. And if you're putting out good stuff, people will watch it. And like Edgar said, it's a pretty healthy time for. There didn't used to be a forum for showing it. You make a little film on your video camera at home and you know where to put it. Now you can upload it to the world, which is pretty cool. So it's just absolutely, it's corny as hell, but go for it. It's the main advice I say. Go for it!
And the gentleman, I think, with the
Hello.
Yeah?
Stephen Cooper. Obviously, I follow your account and stuff. Can I get a follow back?
I have a criteria. I have to know you or you be recommended. And this isn't knowing you, by the way. Because otherwise I'd end up following so many people. But thanks for trying.
just sort of, obviously, your experience in terms of, do you find it useful to film, especially or socially, or how do you...
It's a very useful medium. I think it's a useful promotional tool, really. But you can't just use it for that. You have to make it interesting. You have to make it like a newspaper. You've got to make it. You've got to try and be amusing. I like people who've got things like that the other night, which was great fun. And people seem to get a kick out of it. And then when you need to, I'm trying to raise some money for comic relief and doing my comic relief work on the and so that is handy for that. Handy for saying go to the film or DVD, but it can't just be that. You have to make it fun and share stuff. It's a pretty weird thing. It's quite addictive.
I like to say I follow Broadway Cinema on Christmas.
Other questions?
Hand up.
You've got the actual...
Hi guys! Okay, so me and my sister came here before anyone else. We've been standing here for hours and hours.
Yeah.
And last night I sat and marker penned my old Simon Pegg
Wow, you
t-shirt.
did.
And I wanted to know if you liked it.
That's amazing.
Would you like me to stand up and
Share the
show you?
audience.
It's in texture.
What, now, tell me why my eyes are is that because I look like Luke Spawn?
I made your eyes too big. You look very scary.
I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You are wonderful. And a question for this gentleman, John Well, I don't want to talk to him now. I like this girl here.
Hello?
Cat, everybody, come on.
Hi, we have a Letchworth festival each summer, which is in towards the end of June, 2 weeks, and that includes a film festival. And we were wondering if there's any possibility, I know it's too early for the premiere, but is there any possibility of getting some sort of extended trailer that we could show during our film festival?
I have to get back to you there. It definitely won't be finished by then. You can do a trailer that just cuts together all the bits of Letchworth.
That'll do, yeah.
Deep Woods going to Broadway. A little kind of trouble.
Yeah, 23rd of June, that's the end. So. Thank you very much.
Obviously, you know, it's going to be a big deal for all of us in the town, so obviously we want, I think everyone here will probably go and see the movie, right? I mean, just out of sheer bloody curiosity. We've got a safe seat here. This is going to be okay for us.
Any more questions? Over there, the one right at the back, waving furiously. Keep waving furiously.
Film obviously is quite everybody in the audience. Books and films in terms of aspirations and inspiration, what films and books
Films and books.
What has inspired this movie, or?
just you in terms of life.
Oh.
One of my favourite films is Peter's Friends.
Yeah.
Books are like historical novels. What's inspired you guys,
Oh, that's a good question.
in terms of
I think probably more for me, more films probably. I love books, but you know, I chose to be a filmmaker rather than a writer when I did write books. But you know, it's a very big question to ask. There's so many films that inspire me and books, but you know, I'm a bit of a science fiction fan, as you know, and so I guess in terms of literature, I've always liked those kind of things. But with film, more varied, I'd say. Everything from taxi drivers to radio donors to this film, so boring.
Yeah, the same way. I mean, I guess, you know, I'm a sort of sci-fi fan as well. I like all sorts of stuff, like comedy films and horror films. Yeah, like sort of, all sorts of films inspire me. Like American Wealth in London is one of my favourite films.
Guess that's fairly so.
Not so much.
Are you guys Trekkie?
Am I a Trekkie? Never heard of it.
So, a few more questions. Actually, on that point, see the Mission Impossible, Star Trek, Star Wars?
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, that's really come out of JJ has taken over, and I've worked with JJ as many times as I've worked with Edgar, really enough. But I don't know. There's no scripture, and we haven't spoken about it. But yeah, I wouldn't just automatically be like, yeah, sure. Yeah, and I don't know if JJ wants to mix the universes. You know, I'm very much in Wisconsin Star Trek now, so it's one of those questions I don't like being asked. I'm sure. I think people think it's like a given, but it's not. I'm sure. I'm excited to see it. I love the fact that the old cast are back in, and I'm sure I can't think of a better person to do it than Nick Evans. You know.
Well, Simon doesn't know this, but I'm actually signed on to play football.
Oh, great, thanks.
And Edgar, if you see James Bond, he said the next film is not just the rest of the would you and B,
Oh my God. I really liked Skyfall. I thought it was fantastic. I don't know. You know, it's something like that. That if that opportunity came up, you would have to say yes, because it would be like your, like doing national service. James Bond film, and not that many British films actually directed. So Sam Mendes did a great job. I think the last one was the Casino Royale and Skyfall were both really great.
If you did it, then everyone would be asking me, you would play James Bond?
Comes out.
I don't expect.
You're playing a character called T.
And I got a script for introduction. I'm going to know this.
You know what, that all came from, the whole Cornetto thing came from when we were making Shaun of the Dead. Edgar had this thing about a cornetto being a really good hangover cure.
True.
And we thought it was very funny that in the very first thing on Sunday morning when Shaun goes to the shop and asks Dad what he wants, he immediately wants a cornetto. And we put the cornetto into Hot Fuzz as a kind of a callback to Shaun of the Dead, to establish a connection between the films. And we thus, in the process of marketing and promoting Hot Fuzz, coined this 3 flavors cornetto thing, and that's kind of how that was born,
Well, another thing that happened, the hangover cure thing is true. And then when we made Shaun of the Dead, the premiere of Shaun of the Dead in London, they had like 3 times. So we thought we better write them into the second film, and maybe we'll get some more free ice cream. Is that the premiere of Hot Fuzz? No.
They've never reached out to us. I've never heard.
No, they do now. They know now. They're very excited about the new one.
So just a final question, and it could be is there stuff at Cornetto at the
That would be a big spoiler. And thank you, Letchworth. You were extremely accommodating, and we both can't thank you enough for putting up with us and your patience. Yeah. I know it was disruptive at times and probably a bit weird, but it was so worth it, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts, really.
No, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the film and see it, and I hope you done stuff. And
have a look what we did so well.
This is my hometown. But thank you very much, and we really appreciate putting it up with us.
I think you have to